55 bastard years I've been trying to do this, to tell my story, and no one wants to hear it. Never has been. Well, that's what I thought before, at least. Not till now. It's time. Once in a while I get a can of beer out and I try to take a swig. My wife thinks I'm mad because I must have wasted so many cans of beer over the years. She hates the stuff, so she'd never drink what I leave. And she'd never risk having beer breath. Not round me. She knows only too well what the problem is. What a bloody mess, eh? Oh, no, for fuck's sake, that's disgusting. So here I am, stuck with bloody red wine as usual. But at least it takes the god-awful smell away. I know it's not the same smell that I smelt in '66. Because back then, that was actually on the breath of that dirty old bastard outside Jules' toy shop that night when I almost got caught out. But it's the closest to it, and it still affects me even now. It's like when you get really, really rat-assed on woodpeckers, say, and you can never touch it again. Bloody memory of it comes right back just with the smell. On that night, it was the first thing I noticed. It was in the air. As I pressed my nose to the window and stared at the new Action Man display, I was 9 years old, standing in front of Aladdin's cave. I never knew. Well, not in that moment anyway, what was happening. It took me 3 years until I was unable to understand what that bastard wanted when he promised me that he had action men at home and I could choose as many as I wanted if I went with him. I did get a glimmer of something being wrong though, when he insisted I kiss him on his beer-breathed lips to prove I was serious about wanting the Action Man. I was 9 years old. What did I know? I didn't know him. I'd never seen him before, although I did see him a few times around town later when I knew a bit more about men like him. When I did see him again, and the first time was about 3 years after what he tried to do to me, I couldn't say anything. I was still terrified about what could have happened. I couldn't risk just going up to him and challenging him, so I decided just to follow him in the hope that if he was still up to his tricks, I'd be able to stand up and stop him, and I knew I'd belt him one, and I'd let rip. Oi, you bastard! Remember me outside Jules' toy shop 3 years ago? You still at it, are you? But I'd never witnessed anything, and somehow he never seemed worth it. And anyway, I think more than anything, I was just embarrassed about my 9-year-old stupidity. I just want to forget about it, but I can't. He's really done for me over his last years, the bastard, even though nothing really happened. Nothing, just that horrible kiss. It could have been worse, though. It could have been worse. So I count myself bloody lucky, and it's just that what if scenario just stays with me always. Just get out of my head, you dirty old cunt! Just get out. Oh. Funny enough, fairly recently I saw a photo of Mr. Old, the local cobbler and a really good man in the local paper. Oh, God. He was part of an exhibition of portraits of local people who everyone said were good people. In all those years, since 1966, there hasn't been a week gone by that I haven't thought about him, my saviour. If he'd not been there that night, at that time, at that minute, I could have been led away by that man, whose name to this day I don't know. To goodness knows what fate. He could have done anything. He could have had his way with me. I could even have been killed. You don't know, do you? You just don't know. What struck me more than anything when I saw his face again in the photo was just how angry I was with him at the time for saving me, because he stopped me getting a load of reaction men, for fuck's sake. And I have spent all the years up till now being embarrassed and ashamed because I never had the balls to go into his leathery little shop and thank him in person, or even talk about what he did. It's too late now, of course. He died. He died in 1991, unaware that I'd gotten over my stupidity and my shame, and I was desperate to let him know I understood how much I owed him. I'm still sad though, so sad. Back then, when he grabbed me by the hand and dragged me home, when he saved me, you know, I'd give anything to grab him by the hand now and say to him, "Thank you very much, Mr. Old. I owe you my life."